What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, this one's for the dads, as you guys saw with the title. So today we have David's A91 edition Toyota Supra. Obviously, it's a Supra channel. Here we have the owner, David. If you would like to introduce yourself.
Hey guys, I'm David Dang, and this is my A91 edition 2021 Supra.
All right, nice. So give the audience an intro about yourself, like why you got the Supra. What have you owned in the past?
Gotcha. Previous car, sports car wise, was a 1994 Toyota Supra, 6-speed, turbo, built by Powerhouse Racing back then, and it was roughly 830 horsepower at the time.
Damn.
Unfortunately, I sold it. Regret every minute of it ever since then, but this has been an extremely good replacement of that car.
All right, so we're gonna get the pot turning here a little bit.
Yeah.
Since you've owned the Toyota Supra, like the real Supra, what everyone loves to mention. You owned a 6-speed.
Yes.
So we're gonna insert like some photos and videos, the ones that you sent to me here right now, so you guys can see it. So since you've actually owned it, you are now one of those guys that like, oh yeah, I had a Supra and Gran Turismo, blah blah blah. This is a BMW. It's not a Supra. Okay, let's hear it from someone who's actually owned it and modified it. What would you say?
I would say this car is definitely faster. It is faster than the Mark IV. Shifting is crispy just because obviously it's a automatic transmission compared to the 6-speed, but it puts the power to the ground really easily. The Mark IV was fun too. It was pretty raw and crazy.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, if you want to go with speed and handling, the latest technology, ladies and gentlemen, this is the way to go.
So would you say, David, would you say that this is it worthy of the Supra badge?
It's worthy, 100% worthy. I don't care what anybody else says. It's definitely worthy of it. It might have a bunch of BMW stuff on it virtually, but still, it's still a very, very good car. It's worthy of the badge for sure.
All right. There you guys have it. Like, I feel like we could just end the video right now. Because, I mean, you've owned it, you've driven it, modified it, and then same thing with this one.
Yeah, in terms of cost-wise, I mean, you're going to get a lot more bang for the buck in terms of this vehicle versus the Mark IV. Granted, the Mark IV is all, you know, the price is really inflated on it at this time, but even then, in the past, it still took a lot of money to get it fast. Yeah.
Right. So would you say, like, the way that the Supra, like let's kind of just go into the whole Mark IV, Mark V conversation, just because you've actually had it and you've been able to experience it. Because how long do you have your Mark IV for?
Probably a good 7 or 8 years.
So you had it for a while.
A while.
So would you say, like, right now, with the prices of this compared to like the Mark IV, would you say the Mark IV prices right now, is it worth it? Like, is it all nostalgia? What would you say from your personal experience?
It's man, $100 grand for a Mark IV Supra right now is pretty expensive. It's pretty high up there. But I get it. I get why the price is up there. But would I drop the money on that today? Probably not. Probably not.
You guys heard it. You guys heard it here first. I mean, ultimately, like, it's David's personal preference. Let's dive into the car.
Let's dive into it
a little bit more. So you've got a good amount of stuff on the car, as we can tell here. So let's start with the exterior. What have you got done?
So we've got some 20-inch work wheels on here. So they're 20 by 10 in the front and 20 by 11s in the rear. So they're wrapped with 295 30s in the rear, 265 35s in the front.
And then what are you lowered on?
It's lowered on Swift Spec Art springs. Yeah.
So what's your experience with these? Because I know a couple of the guys we featured.
Yeah. So I've had the iBox on here at first. I personally like the iBox more than the Swifts. However, the Swift, if you look at the fitment on it, it does sit a tad bit lower. So it fits the fender well extremely well.
Yeah, let's do.
The
Oh
finger.
yeah, yeah.
The finger test.
It's tight, man.
No rubbing.
No rubbing at all.
No rubbing. No.
Even if you got the fatties in the car.
Well, I think 295 is probably maximum that we can get on this without rubbing. 305s for sure would rub. Yeah.
Yeah, these are very, very nice spec. And then I know you got like a lip kit here, just like
yeah.
ground
So we got the
effects.
Maxton, the full Maxton kit on the front and the side skirts and the back. I've also got the Rexpeed carbon fiber front accents there.
Yeah, these are really nice.
And I've got, of course, the exchange of the badge. Got rid of the chrome badge and went totally black. I want to try to keep the cars much dark blackness as much as possible.
Yeah, you did. I mean, you did a good job. It's like it's a good accent.
Subtle, very subtle.
Very subtle, right, right. And then you have like the hood vents here
and the
too.
carbon fiber hood vents.
It's a nice touch.
Yeah, it's a nice little touch.
And then these are the OEM
Those are
mirror
OEMs,
cups, right?
Yep, OEM caps here, but I do have the AMS rear wind deflectors.
Yeah, this is it's like a good mix because you like if you just look at the car, it's like, oh yeah, it's a black car with some modifications here and there, but then as you look more into it, it's got like carbon fiber accents all over.
Yeah, just a little bit here and there. I don't want to overdo it because, you know, too much is not always good.
Yeah,
so.
I agree. This is
is
Matt's dad, FY, if you guys didn't put the pieces together.
So Dad, you can actually have fun and own a car. Yeah. You can have fun and be a dad and still own a sports car.
Yeah, actually, let's jump back to that.
Yeah.
I know we're going over like the mods right now.
For sure.
But okay, so as a dad, get a lot of guys on the comment section for my other videos. They talk about like, I'm gonna be a dad, or I'm a dad. I get rid of my Supra or the Supra. Like I just can't buy because of that. Yeah,
just pull the trigger and do it. You know, if you're not gonna pull the trigger to do it, you're never gonna do it. So just do it. That's what I did. The car showed up at the dealership. I showed up, told my wife I was gonna go look at a car. Told her I wasn't gonna buy it, but I came home with it anyways.
Because it's easier to ask for forgiveness and for permission, right?
Permission. No, but yeah, when she saw it, she really liked it. So, yeah, when I saw her smile on her face, I knew I can keep it. But it was too late. I was gonna keep it anyways. Yeah.
A true man of the household, right here.
Oh man.
And then, yeah, you did the carbon overlays here too.
Yeah, this is just a vinyl overlay. It's really nice, small little subtle touch rather than just keeping it all the amber. So that was really nice.
And so, since this is the A91 edition, it comes with
the A91 edition will come with this little vinyl wrap part right here.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the mirror caps. And in terms of interior-wise, it's a little different.
Yeah, good segue into the interior.
Yeah.
So hopefully you guys can see that. So yeah, what's the difference between like the A91 edition and just...
So 1 out of 500 in the black, and then there's 1 out of 500 in the blue. And they all come with the Alcantara seats with the blue stitching.
Yeah, so you guys can see here, it's Alcantara. Like my seats, it's just full leather, and then everything's just black. But here you have the light blue stitching, really nice. And you also have like the background on the suede. And then you have the stitching up here as well. Same thing with the passenger seat. Did you have the steering wheel last time?
Yeah, I had the upgraded steering wheel.
So which where do you? It's a really nice touch. Which
So
company?
this one is the East Coast steering wheel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, East Coast steering wheel with of course the matching blue stitching, the matching blue center marking, and then Alcantara on the steering wheel as well.
Yeah, feels really nice actually. Man, I kind of wish mine was Alcantara. Yeah, you guys got the blue stitching there. Kind of good touch because you kept the
Well, I mean, this is the sticker from OEM. I mean, I still haven't peeled it off yet. I just left it on there. It's a brand new car when I got it with like, I think maybe 4, 6, 7 miles on it, if that.
Shit.
And I just never peeled that sticker off.
I mean, it's kind of fitting because it literally fits with the theme of it. So yeah. really nice. And then, of course, you have the door cards. Look exactly the same as mine, except you have the blue stitching here as well to match with the interior. So we were just talking about this off camera a little bit ago, and I kind of had my information like incorrect. So you have the 1 of 500 in the black. It doesn't come with a heads-up display, right?
Does not come with head-up display, unfortunately.
Because Matt, yours is A91 edition, and yours has a heads-up display.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess it's like the limited edition.
Yeah, I think because of the limited edition, I think that's probably the reason why they did it without the heads-up display. But yeah, that was a little disappointing considering there was a premium on this car in terms of price-wise.
Yeah.
And it didn't have that. Yeah.
That's why I was surprised. Like whenever we were talking about it off camera, was that like, I mean, this is like, it's limited, obviously, and it didn't come with the heads-up display. You would think that, you know, with a more premium option car, that it would include it. So, other than the steering wheel, I mean, the steering wheel is pretty much the only thing that you did in the interior,
Interior-wise, yes. Yeah, there's not much you really want to do. Again, I just don't want to throw a bunch of carbon fiber at it, like someone just vomited carbon fiber on it. So just a little bit here and there is enough for me.
Yeah.
Clean and classy.
Yeah, yeah. No, it looks good. It looks good. Like, that's what I tell a lot of the people watching my videos. Like, you don't need to go too overboard with your car, especially like the Supra, just because, I mean, it checks a lot of boxes, right? It's like, has the technology. It's comfortable, even if you like, I mean, how would you say like it rides? Would you say it rides pretty comfortable, or?
With the iBox, I think it's more comfortable because the spring rate on those, but I mean, these are pretty decent, but again, this is just a weekend car.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't bother me too much if it's too bumpy because it's only a weekend car. If it was a daily though, I would probably maybe go back to the iBox, but again, just weekend, so.
Yeah, so you don't have to like worry about it too much. All right, so we got some cool background lighting. Good thing we're in a parking garage, so let's go over the performance mods. I know you
so
got a little secret sauce here, so we don't necessarily have to reveal all the secret
for
sauce.
sure. Well, I mean, as a car enthusiast, you definitely want to do a little bit of mods.
Yep.
So the car, in terms of mod-wise, it's got the AWE intake, carbon intake, the engine charge pipes here. I do not have port injection at the time, but I will go port injection, most likely a manifold in the future. Definitely will do an upgraded turbo in the future too, but right now it's pretty good as it is. It is tuned on the boot mod. It's tuned on the boot mod and with a downpipe, catless downpipe. And it's a Boost Logic catless downpipe. And the AWE exhaust. So it kind of mashed up AWE intake and AWE exhaust.
Yeah. It's a nice touch.
It's a nice touch, yeah.
It's a good kind of transition from like the outside with, you know, the carbon there, and then of course in the back, and then of course you still have it on the engine bay side. So hopefully you guys are not able to pick up my jacket flopping around in the wind.
Yeah.
But so this is a locked ECU. And I know I did a video like on people with a locked ECU. So for yourself, like what was the experience like from start to finish? How did that work for you?
Well, at the beginning, I was quite upset at the fact that it was locked and there wasn't much of a resource here at all, or still not a resource here in the States to actually unlock them without going to Finland.
Yeah.
And that was really scary at the first when you got the news that, hey, you got to go to Finland to get your DME unlocked. And so I was a little sketchy about that. But very luckily, of course, Tony, you guys saw his HKS wide body Supra. He was able to send this out with Euro Performance. They hand flew it over to Finland, got the DME unlocked, and I got it back within a matter of 7 business days. Really quick and easy. Yeah, not bad at all.
So like what I was reading with the BM3 is that you actually had to buy the license before actually sending out the ECU. Is that correct?
That I will have to clarify. Yeah, I believe you have to. A lot of that was done behind the scenes with Tony. So he took care of all that for me. So yeah, don't quote me on it. Definitely we'll probably have to put that one in the link or edit that one in the video.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we can always annotate in the video. But I mean, because Your car is actually the first one that I featured in the channel with a locked ECU. We actually went through the femto process because a lot of the information that I got is mainly kind of just, reading and
Yes.
stuff. But
Yes.
would you say like it was pretty worth it?
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely worth it. I mean, if you really want to open up some performance on this car, this is definitely the thing to do.
Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah, I think it's time to move. I think it's time to move. Look at that. It's a little sketchy.
Let's move a little bit. Oh, I'll probably get that like whenever we're talking. All right.
All right, now.
Not as much wind. We don't have to worry about that. You guys can
Dangling
kinda, like,
exit
see.
sign.
That would have been a freaking disaster. Okay.
All right.
So yeah, we went over like the performance mods and stuff. So like, the question that I have for you now is, would you do it again? Like, if you had the choice to redo all of these mods, would you go this route again?
So on this car, there's several different things that I did over time. I mean, I went with a louder exhaust. I obviously toned it down to a quieter exhaust, but something that I can drive more routinely, without the drone. So I had the Boost Logic exhaust before this one. I love the way it sounded, by the way, but again, just the drone kind of got to me for a little bit. It's not terribly bad, but I had to go with the A to B because of the technology on it where it doesn't drone on the highways.
Let's show it because I actually forgot to show that portion. So this, if you guys watch the exhaust comparison video, David's car was actually in it, but you guys can hear that. We're not trying to be loud here because security was actually here. But yeah, so Boost Logic compared to this, how would you compare them?
It's all really like personal preference. In terms of performance wise, the Boost Logic's probably going to be better because it's lightweight, it's full titanium. This one here, again, is just preference because of the sound. But don't get me wrong, this sounds beautiful too when you get on it.
Yeah.
But in terms of regular driving highway between 70, 80 miles an hour, 90 miles an hour, it's not killing you with drone.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. That's good. Because I know drone is like kind of a big thing.
A big thing, yes.
Especially if you're, I mean, whether you're driving it a lot or not really. Some people prefer the loudness, but
yeah.
I know a lot of people as they get older and lose their hearing, they want to be able to.
Yeah, I'm an old guy. Yes.
Boomer status over here.
Yeah. The other thing too is in terms of tuning. I went with the JB4 tune just because I kind of wanted to see what the market was going with the unlocks with the DME. So I went through the JB4. That was thunder. So yeah, if I could, I would have definitely skipped over the whole JB4 thing because I spent a substantial amount of money on it.
Yeah.
And I should have just waited and be patient and just went with a tune, a proper tune. And the car totally is awake when you do the tune. On the JB4, don't get me wrong, is a good little fix. But again, the route to go is to do some type of a custom tune. So
pretty much like buy once, cry once.
Exactly, yeah.
So for you guys watching this with a locked ECU, probably 90% of the people watching this.
Yeah.
So you're saying just skip through that, just go through.
Skip through the JB4 process, just go through your performance, have them send it to Finland, hand deliver it there and back. And then, of course, find your tuner and just have them tow locally here and tune it, and that's the way to go. It really wakes up the car.
Yeah, because these cars are like literally meant to be modified.
Oh man, with the turbo on it, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. No regrets with this car, but I do regret selling the Mark IV.
There you guys have it. So awesome conversation with David. David, I appreciate it, sir. Matt, I appreciate you coming through here. It would be sick to do, black and white Supra. I mean, for Matt's car, if you guys are wondering what his Supra looks like, make sure to check out the video on his car in the description box below. But David, this is sweet, man.
Thank you for having me. The next time you see it again, it'll be a little different, but under the hood different.
Oh, for sure. We'll definitely do update videos on that. you, sir, owe me some Mexico videos.
I do. We'll get there.
We'll make a trip to Mexico.
For sure, for sure. Once I get the KLM turbo kit on that bad boy, then you know,
That'll be a
I'll join you
monster
guys.
too.
And then you can't say I'm a soul boy club now, right? Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you guys have it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Like a great conversation, a little bit long, but definitely worth the watch, just because you know, from someone that's actually owned a Mark IV Supra, who's driven this, who's modified both platforms. I mean, they're different their own right, but you guys heard it from David himself. You know, this is worthy of the Supra nameplate, whether or not, you know, BMW made the drivetrain. But yeah, make sure you guys like and subscribe to this video. If you guys have any questions for myself or Matt or David, leave them down below. But appreciate the support. Any last words for the watchers?
Got any words for him?
Any words? Just be careful when you see one of these on the road. Think about it before you run it.
Don't fuck around and find out. All right. We'll see you guys in the next video.